Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, finally that month has come for which we all have been waiting for a long span of time. Even in all of my yearly prediction videos, I gave special credit and mention to this month of the May when planets will come back in their dignified state. Transit of Jupiter, which we all have been waiting for, and Rahu and Ketu. Don't let me get started on Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu's this transit in Pisces and Virgo has actually brought me to tears, so I'm very much looking forward to it. So yes guys, this month is going to be very sensitive, very important for all of us. And let's say for example, in this ongoing chaos of Saturn and Rahu in the Pisces, if you haven't been in any of the victimized kind of situation, if you have not been subjected to any of the wrong decision because of the influence of the Saturn and Rahu operating in the Pisces sign, then you can actually give yourself a pat on your back. So now guys, with the shift of these slow moving planets in different zodiac sign, that also becomes very important that now you have to get accustomed to a new form of reality, new form of experiences and the awareness. Like the way at the time when I made this video on the customized results of this transit of Jupiter in Gemini for all of us, I gave a special mention over there that for all those people who are right now going through the Jupiter Dasha, this transit will become more important for them. But how it is going to be impacting, influencing all of us? So we experience that energy of Jupiter in Gemini, Rahu in Aquarius, Saturn in Pisces on the days when Moon in the transit will get conjunct with these planets. So let's say for example, if you kind of find yourself not being in control and command over how to make use of your credit card. So let's say for example, if you are a Pisces Lagna, that means now Ketu is transiting in your 6th house. So the day when the transiting Moon, your 5th lord, will get conjunct with this Ketu in the 6th house of debt, you have to be very careful. If you are a Aries rising, you already finding yourself being lost in the matters of your career growth and all, because your 10th and the 11th lord Saturn is now transiting in your 12th house. So the day when transiting Moon will get conjunct with this Saturn in your 12th house, you have to be exceptionally cautious and careful, not like succumbing to the pressure which the cosmos through the transit of the Moon is going to be creating up for you. So now guys, after all of that, now let's try to understand that how all the planets are going to be behaving in this month. So starting first with the planet Sun. Sun is going to be transiting in its sign of exaltation in the Aries till like May 14th, which is going to be a very good news. And afterwards, Sun will move to the Taurus sign. So from May 15th till June 14th, Sun is going to be transiting in the Taurus. The good part is that it is not going to be like forming any combination with any of the planet, but yes, it is going to be, once it will move to the Taurus, it will be in the third aspect of the planet Saturn. Now from the Mars's point of view, Mars is going to be chilled out in its sign of debilitation in the Cancer, and it is going to be like this for this whole month of May. Now when we talk about from the Mercury's point of view, so guys, Mercury is going to be coming out of its debilitation, like I would say long debilitation, and from May 7th till like May 22nd, it is going to be transiting in the Aries sign. So let's say for example, all those global news which has been coming up about the trade and the tariff war and all, it might bring some sort of solace and relief over there as well. And yes guys, from May 18th till June 6th, Mercury is going to be combust as well. Now talking from the Venus's point of view, this whole month like till May 30th, Venus is going to be exalted in the Pisces sign, and now it is also out of the retrograde motion as well. So Venus is now in a good dignity to manifest good results in the matters of the relationship and all. Talking from Saturn's point of view, Saturn has now got accustomed to be in the sign of the Pisces. Now guys, for the half of the month, like Saturn is going to be staying conjunct with Rahu, and afterwards once Rahu will leave the sign of the Pisces, Saturn is going to be uninterrupted in manifesting results in whichever capacity it is operating in your chart right now. Talking from Jupiter's point of view, yes, Jupiter is going to be moving in the sign of the Gemini. It is like kind of a Ucharohi placement for Jupiter, because immediate after this Jupiter is going to be transiting in its sign of exaltation. So guys, especially like the May 14th and 15th and even those days, transiting moon is going to be there in the Scorpio sign. So you will actually experience the jolt when Jupiter will enter a sign, which will give that sort of expansiveness in the matters of your, like this could be faith, learning, communication, relationship. So you will experience that entry, formal entry of Jupiter in the Gemini sign. And lastly, and the most importantly, Rahu and Ketu. So finally guys, on May 18th, like Rahu will enter the sign of the Aquarius, which is beyond any doubt is considered as one of its very good placement. And Ketu will enter in the Leo sign, so which for the spiritual seekers, for carving that niche in your line of work, can be seen as a good placement. So yes guys, after like getting a idea synopsis of how planets are going to be behaving, now we will shift our discussion to the customized results. So guys, starting first with the Aries rising natives. So guys, the highlight or the synopsis of this month for you people is that this month will actually pave path towards the matrimonial proposals which will start coming into you. Any of the concerns of like where your expenses have risen from the past couple of months and you're not able to find a way of how to get rid of any of the debts or credit, or you have been contemplating some new business idea, new plans and all. So this month will show you hope, and there might be some new collaboration which will get materialized in this month. Those people who are like either they are working in a family business, those people who are working as a spokesperson for the government, or even if you work for any of the contractual work for the government projects and all, those people can also expect some good news or a spike or a rise in their income as well. Along with that guys, like for any of the like housing or property related deal, if you have to finalize that, or even if you are chiefly working in any of the agricultural kind of field or any of the political work, any of the social work and all, those people can also stand a very good chance as well. Especially like May 3rd and 4th seems to be creating good energy for finalizing any of the land or property related deal as well. Now guys, the good part about this month is that all of that vulnerability of high expenses and the credit and debt, loan related problem, sharp kind of argument with the co-workers, all of that energy which was looming over your head from the past 1.5 years will stop bugging you, will stop bothering you. So guys, if I were to say, there are like certain days when you have to be careful, like on May 13th and 14th when the transiting moon is going to be getting like it is going to be passing from your like 8th house. You have to be slightly careful on May 22nd and May 23rd when this transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with the planet Saturn in your 12th house. So those are going to be the days when you might find yourself a little bit lost in terms of like being very pessimistic regarding your career prospects and all. So do not prioritize any of the important career related decision on May 22nd and May 23rd. But guys, again, if I were to summarize, overall theme and highlight of this month is very progressive for the Aries Lagna natives. If you are finding yourself being lost and illusions have been high and people plotting things behind your back has been a recurring theme from the past couple of weeks, so all of that will stop bothering you and you will actually see a clear path ahead. That's all what I can say. And yes guys, for any of the concerns of the marriage or getting into new collaboration, partnership, any of the struck work getting now progressing forward, moving in a right direction point of view, this month of May is creating a very good energy for the Aries rising natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Taurus Lagna natives, so guys, in your case as well, the very first thing is that if let's say for example there have been some sort of issues and misunderstanding with your friends, with your co-workers and all, so this month will actually bring an end to all those kind of problems as well. Along with that guys, for the Taurus Lagna natives, like Ketu has been transiting in your 5th house for a long span of time. So let's say for example if you have been dealing with any of the mental health issue with the children, any of the misunderstanding with your partner and all, so all of that problems will stop bothering you. Along with that guys, in terms of the finances and all, in terms of like career growth and all, this month is actually creating a very good energy. Like let's say for example if in any capacity you have to negotiate your package, your remuneration with your bosses, or this could be a case that for long you have been applying for a job and all, and especially those people who are working in the tech industry, this could be a very significant month for them. Like you will actually start seeing a growth prospect in whichever industry you are currently operating. Along with that guys, let's say for example even for the matrimonial concerns, the relationship related concern, the month is creating a very good energy for you. For any of the overseas investments, if you're already working in any of the import export nature of work and all, so the formal entry of the Mercury, your 2nd and the 5th lord in the 12th house, for any of the overseas venture and all, it can actually give you clarity and some sort of good news even in the overseas business interest related matters as well. So guys, the only few days when you have to be careful is that, let's say for example when moon is going to be transiting from your 4th house, from the Leo sign, so which will happen on May 5th, 6th and 7th. So now by that time Ketu would not have transited over there, but still inner emotional turmoil might be a concern on May 5th, 6th, 7th, and especially guys, whenever in the transit on when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Saturn, so those are going to be the days when you do not have to be very stressed regarding your career growth and all, because moon, whenever it is getting conjunct with Saturn, we so called it forms that wish yoga. And just because in your case it has got a rulership, Saturn has got a rulership over your 10th house as well, so that in itself could be a matter of concern where May 20th and May 20th, 21st, 22nd and 23rd might be slightly unsettling emotionally regarding the career progress, or this could be where people might not find themselves or feel themselves contented with the flow of the income. But overall guys, if I were to say, planetary vibration is getting aligned in a very perfect way. Your 4th lord, which becomes the planet sun, is going to be transiting in your 1st house after the 2nd half of the month, and over and above that guys, the way other planets are transiting, supporting this overall planetary concentration. So I would say that in terms of the boost in your career prospect, finding that lost path, and like the way I mentioned this thing, people who are connected with the tech industry, fashion industry, or anything to do with the innovative business, innovative fields, or even for the artists and the people connected with the entertainment sector and all, this is going to be a very significant month. And for any of the negotiation of your package, of your salary, of your remuneration and all, that all can be prioritized during this month. So overall guys, this is going to be the month which will actually bring a closure to all of that anguish and turmoil which you were facing in the department of the flow of the income, your aspiration, or this could be some sort of misunderstanding with your friends as well. So all of that will now stop bothering you, and some sort of headed in the path of the recognition, expanded awareness, more opportunities, like the way I mentioned, even in the matters of the overseas venture, any travels, and running into someone for love, romance point of view as well. People who are on a lookout for a matrimonial match through arranged marriage route as well. So again, Jupiter transit to the 2nd house can be considered as a good news for that as well. So overall guys, a very fulfilling month for the Taurus Lagna natives. Only on those days when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn in your 11th house, you do not have to stress too much on the account of the career progress and all, because you will end up extracting the negative pessimistic outcome only. Now guys, when we talk about the Gemini Lagna natives, so guys, for the Gemini Lagna natives, the very good news is that with this formal entry of the Jupiter in your, it is going to be like the blessing will come in your life. Along with that, like during this month, there's a heightened energy of like the Gemini Lagna natives, like being very religious, like some visit to a church, visit to a temple, researching about this, like feeling yourself driven, motivated to be regular with your prayers and all. So all of that can happen. Along with that guys, when we talk about Sun's entry in your 12th house, so yes, the month might be creating that slight energy where like you might have to spend your money just to take care of the people around you. So the socialization and the social obligation might burn a hole in the pocket as well. So the second half of the month is slightly creating that kind of energy. And along with that guys, your trinal axis is now getting activated after the second half of the month. So that is also telling about that any of those tasks of yours, any of the career related important work of yours, or any of those decision or development in the matters of the business which has been long struck, you will see a surge. You will see growth, progress, a release, a positive news in all that department as well. So guys, if I were to summarize, moon will start the month transiting from your first house in itself, like transiting from the Gemini, and the May 3rd and 4th seem to be good in the matters of the spike in the flow of the income. May 5th, 6th, 7th might facilitate some sort of short travel as well. May 8th and 9th will keep you occupied in the family duties, domestic chores and all. May 10th, 11th and 12th will be actually very good time, especially for any financial decision, spending time with the family, with the loved ones, for any of the artistic creative work, and those who are like in a relationship to spend quality time with their loved ones, like with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend and all. Along with that guys, by the time when we will reach the May 13th and 14th, so this is going to be the time when Jupiter will enter your first house and Moon is going to be transiting in your 6th house. That means at your career front, there might be some good news which you will hear from your bosses, from your co-workers as well, especially the service professional. And yes guys, on by the May 18th and 19th, when Rahu would have already transited to your 9th house, Moon is going to be transiting in your 8th house as well. So yes, this is going to be the time when suddenly hearing some good news. There could be some last minute travel as well, which might also get planned as well. So this is how the overall theme and energy of this month is going to be working out for the Gemini Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Cancer Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, beyond any doubt, during this month, a lot of the shift is taking place. The good news is that your second lord, Sun, half of the month is going to be transiting in your 10th house, giving you much more visibility, recognition, and after that it will enter in your 11th house. So that means whatever goodwill you have in the market, you will capitalize on that. Like this could be a case that some clients will come to you, more work will come to you because of the good word of mouth as well. Along with that guys, Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 12th house this month, so on May 14th only. So that also tells about that yes, this could be a time when if you're already contemplating for any overseas opportunities and all, any of the travels and all, that will prove out to be very fruitful. Along with that guys, finally Rahu and Ketu shift will also happen during this month only. Rahu's transit in your 8th house is going to be very good news for people who are connected with the manufacturing, tech industry, occult industry, and Ketu's entry in the 2nd house. So again guys, especially whenever the transiting Moon is going to be getting conjunct with this Ketu now. So now this is what you have to understand in the back of your mind, that those 2.5 days when transiting Moon now for the next 1.5 year will get conjunct with this Ketu. That means it might be expensive, or you might be on radar for taking some wrong a sudden financial decision which might not prove out to be very productive. And guys, when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with this Rahu in the Aquarius, those 2.5 days as well, you have to be very careful, because it might the illusion and you falling prey to that temptation, illusion, so that vulnerability is going to be very high. And yes guys, when we talk about moon getting conjunct with the Saturn, so that is going to be the time that, like, even if you are like finding yourself stressed and being lost and all, so at least seeking refuge in the religious austerities will give you the solace which you will be seeking for. So guys, if I were to summarize the highlight of this month for you, so like the way I already mentioned this thing, that there is definitely going to be a spike in your income. Family duties and responsibilities might keep you busy and occupied. Along with that guys, especially when this whole planetary shift would have taken place by the second half of the month, you are definitely going to be finding yourself a bit spiritual. Like the whole overall flavor of this month is that there is a high possibility of some travel which might get facilitated, because guys, the way planets are behaving right now, your 12th house, Jupiter's entry, Rahu's entry over here, so high possibility chances of some long distance travel as well. So guys, this month is actually very beneficial for people who are either in the tech industry or people who are like working in a community where they are like the business comes to you because of the good word of mouth as well. And along with that, even if you are like working for any of the government projects and all, you work for any of the like work as a contractor for the government projects and all, so those people can also get benefited. So this is how I'm seeing the overall theme and vibration of this month for the Cancer Lagna natives guys. So if I were to say in terms of the marriage, relationship, attraction, the month is creating a good energy. For any of the travels point of view, the month is very favorable. And like the way I mentioned this thing, whether you are in a family business or any of the government contractual work point of view as well, the month is creating a favorable energy. Now guys, when we talk about the Leo Lagna natives, a month which will actually bring you back in the limelight. So let's say for example, if lately you have been embroiled in any sort of politics, scandal, victimized kind of situation, where let's say for example in whichever capacity you're operating in the life, people have started challenging your authority, or there have been some health related concern and all, so you will see some sort of clarity which will come to you. So guys, if I were to summarize, when it comes down to anything to do with the recognition point of view, this is a very significant month for you, because half of the month your ascendant lord is going to be exalted in the 9th house, and after that it will also be, it is seen dignified whenever sun is transiting from the 10th house. And over and above that guys, Jupiter, like it generally shift and transit to one sign after a long span of time, and Jupiter would have already entered in your 11th house, so on May 14th, and that is going to be the time when the transiting moon is also going to be there in your 4th house. So if I were to say guys, yes, in terms of the recognition or any of the important projects and all, if you actually want to be very much like proactive in those projects, it is going to be much more in your favor, because guys, in your case, even your 11th and the second lord Mercury is also coming out of your like 8th house on May 7th, and it is going to be transiting in your 9th house. So overall, if I were to say, planetary vibration especially for this month is very, very fruitful for you. So this is not a month for you to be on the back foot. This is the month for you, like especially anything to do with your career related planning, career related goals, or any of the restructuring which you want to do in the supply chain distribution network, like you want to hire a new team, you want to hire a new vendor, you want to like start any of the project of yours and all. So this month is actually putting you in a position of power where a lot of the recognition, visibility, limelight is coming to you. A lot of the sun and the visibility is coming to you. That is what I'm trying to say. So guys, if I were to say the energy of this month is also very favorable for some matrimonial proposal as well, because Jupiter, once it will enter in your 11th house, it will start giving its aspect to the 7th house, and the entry of the Rahu in Ketu generally activates a karmic knot, a karmic cycle as well. And marriage is like, it's one of the lifetime decision, so that is how we see it. And Rahu is going to be getting power gaining power, momentum in your 7th house. So this whole axis is actually a good news, especially in the matters of the, like for all those people who are like on a lookout for a partner. Now guys, certain days like on May 22nd and May 23rd, when transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn in the Pisces. So those are going to be the days when you have to be very protective of your emotional mental health, because moon Saturn combination that creates a kind of a poison, wish yoga, and now taking place in your 8th house. So that means the vulnerability of like feeling very low of the energy is going to be high on May 22nd and May 23rd. Be very mindful on May 20th and 21st. There might be some misunderstanding with your partner, with your spouse as well. And yes guys, if I were to say May 28th and May 29th, when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with this Jupiter, forming that Gaj Kesari yoga in your 11th house, that could be a news. Like that is going to be those days when you can expect some good news as well, which will further your prospects and all. So yes guys, this is how I'm seeing the overall theme of this month for the Leo Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see this thing that with Jupiter's formal entry in your 10th house, it is actually going to be opening up lot many doors and blessing, and because of the grace you will see some sort of vision for your better further prospects in your career in this month. Along with that guys, Rahu is also going to be entering in your 6th house. Ketu is going to be entering in your 12th house. So Rahu's transit from the 6th house is considered as very good. So if you are working in a tech industry, something to do with the innovation or entertainment business, films, photography and all, those people can also get benefited during this month. And along with that guys, even the sun's entry, like after the half of the month, once sun will enter in your 9th house, again that is generally considered as a good transit, because in your case sun is your 12th lord as well. So any of the travels, any of the overseas business, any of the multinational clients, if you are catering to them, so some sort of good news you can expect over there. So guys, if I were to summarize the overall highlight of this month for the Virgo Lagna natives, so guys, the month will start on this note when moon is going to be on the May 1st and 2nd is going to be transiting from your 10th house, and then on May 3rd and 4th it is going to be transiting getting conjunct with the Mars. So the first few days like from May 1st till May 4th is very good for like finalizing any of the important career related decision and all. Now guys, May 5th, 6th and 7th will create that energy, like some people might also plan a long distance travel as well, and travels will prove out to be very productive in these 3 days. Guys, on May 8th and 9th is going to be the time of like personal care or spending like money on your well-being and all, and people who are in any of the leadership role, they will feel themselves very empowered. Now guys, on May 10th, 11th and 12th, so these are the days which are going to be very good for the good flow of the money and the income. And now guys, when we talk about May 13th and 14th, so now that is going to be the time when your moon is going to be transiting from the 3rd house and Jupiter would have entered in your 10th house. So this is going to be the days 13th and 14th where like you will suddenly find yourself being empowered and well supported by your co-workers, or this could be a case that if you're trying to initiate something, May 13th and 14th will give you good omens will support you. And yes guys, on May 15th, 16th and 17th, when moon is going to be transiting from your like 4th house, like domestic life, family responsibilities will keep many occupied. May 18th and 19th, when moon is going to be transiting from the Capricorn, from your 5th house, that is going to be the time when Rahu and Ketu would have already shifted the signs. So May 18th and 19th is going to be a very like, it's going to be creating good energy for the freelance consultant, or if you are like trying to initiate or make any amendments or changes or take any important decision in your career, May 18th and 19th will prove out to be very supportive for you. It's just like that guys. On May 22nd and 23rd, just try not to get into argument with your partner, with your spouse, because if it will happen, it will actually make you a little bit stressed and all. And yes guys, this is what overall theme which I am seeing for the Virgo Lagna natives. So overall guys, this month is actually bringing right perspective or putting things in a right perspective in the matters of your career. This could be your talent, your skill set, your terms with your co-workers, your work ethics, or this could be more visibility, more opportunities, or like, when you find that spark or get your mojo, your ambition back regarding the things which you want to do with your career. So this is how this month is going to be turning out for the Virgo Lagna natives. Now guys, when we talk about the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, during this month, like after the second half of the month, like the way you can see, once Jupiter will enter in your 9th house, luck will start supporting you. You will also engage into lot many of the long distance travels as well. Rahu's transit to your 5th house is going to be a supportive news for people who are connected with the tech industry, entertainment industry. You're right now studying any of the engineering kind of field, like you're going through your education and all, those people will also get benefited. And yes, Sun's transit for the half of the month is very supportive for any of the commercial success, important business collaboration. And after the second half of the month, when Sun will enter in your 8th house, it will slightly make you controversial prone, like there might be some fluctuation in the income, or there might be some sort of ups and downs with the terms with your friends as well. So guys, if I were to give you a summary or highlight of this month, so on May 1st and 2nd, Moon is going to be transiting from your 9th house, which is a good news for planning any travel. May 3rd and 4th, Moon is going to be getting conjunct with the planet Mars in your 10th house, which is going to be a very supportive time. So May 3rd till May 7th is very supportive for any of the career related important decision. Like you will definitely have a competitive edge or leverage in any of the career related matters from May like 3rd till May 7th. Now afterwards guys, May 8th and 9th is also creating a good energy of some sort of travel, or this could be pilgrimage if you are very religious minded. May 10th, 11th and 12th is very supportive time, especially for your personal care or those who are in any of the senior leadership role as well. Now guys, on May 13th and 14th, this is going to be the time when Moon is going to be transiting from your 2nd house, and that is going to be the time when Jupiter will enter in your 9th house. So we say that Tithi Pravesh becomes very important. So if I were to say May 13th and 14th, because of the support of the luck, you might be able to close some important financial deal as well, if that is getting applicable in your case. Along with that guys, on May 15, 16, 17, it's a very good time for the creator, for the influencer, for like signing any document, any lease, any of the short travels and all. May 18th and 19th, like Moon is going to be transiting from your 4th house, and that is going to be the time when Rahu and Ketu will also shift the signs. So guys, yes, May 18th and 19th, like being well taken care of at the home, and like people who are like very much family oriented. So May 18th and 19th will give you that sort of nourishment, fulfillment, spending quality time with your loved ones. And yes guys, after May 20th and 21st, that is going to be the time when transiting Moon is going to be getting conjunct with Rahu. So 20th and 21st will be creating that energy where, like, if you are a gamer, you are in the tech industry, you're working in the startup, so some sort of sudden financial gain, or this could be sudden fascination or romance. So May 20th and 21st will be creating that energy. May 22nd and 23rd, guys, you have to be very careful. This is going to be the time when the like someone will suddenly turn up on your door, will be in the dire need of the money and all. Do not get stressed. And yes, May 22nd and 23rd is also making you slightly, like, your health, it is also making you slightly prone over there as well, or some sort of misunderstanding with the co-workers, which will be emotionally unsettling. So May 22nd and 23rd is creating that energy. May 24th and 25th, guys, if I were to say, yes, in the matters of the business, commercial aspiration, for like spending quality time with your partner, like sorting out any of the differences which you have with your partner, with your spouse, can be prioritized. And yes guys, the exalted state of the Moon on like May 26th and 27th is going to be a supportive time, especially if you are working in any of the commissioning work, you're working as an insurance agent, you are in the travel, hospitality business, those people can get benefited. And May 28th and 29th will prove out to be very fortunate. Like because of the support of the luck, you will see some important work which will get finalized on May 28th and 29th. So yes guys, this is what the summary is, but overall it's a uplifting kind of month for the Libra Lagna natives. And let's say for example guys, if you have been in any of the victimized kind of situation, office politics kind of situation, all of that will stop bothering you. I can say this thing because of the Saturn Rahu energy is now in a right perspective. They are not coming in the way of each other. Saturn in the 6th house is strengthened. Rahu in the 5th house will be creating a lot of the illusion, but if utilized well, can actually revolutionize your life with the very innovative kind of ideas and all. So yes guys, this is for my favorite Libra Lagna natives. Now moving ahead guys, now when we talk about the Scorpions. So guys, for the Scorpio Lagna natives, now Jupiter is going to be entering in your 8th house, which is going to be a good news in the matters of the financial investment and people who are connected with the occult industry. Terms with the family members can suddenly go haywire. There might be some ups and downs over there. Rahu and Ketu. So yes guys, in your case, second lord is going to be transiting in the 8th house this month onwards, and Rahu is coming in your 4th house. So that means you have to be very protective of your domestic life, and those people who will start suddenly making closeness with you. So what could be their credibility? What is their right intent? So now onwards guys, you have to be very mindful of that. So you never know that you might be hanging out with those people who might be kind of like double faced, and they might not have true intent for you. So in all these areas, now for the next month onwards, like this month onwards, for the next few months, you have to be very careful what kind of influence you are surrounding yourself. Along with that guys, when we talk about like half of the month, like Sun is going to be, your 10th lord is going to be exalted in your 6th house, which is going to be a very supportive time for job applicants, people who are in the job and all. And after the first half of the month, in the second half of the month, Sun is going to be transiting in your 7th house. It kind of forms that Uchpad Raj Yoga, like if you will use the concept of the Bhavad Bhavam. So 10th lord, 10th from it. So that means those people who are strong contender for any of the growth, promotion and all. So in terms of your career and all guys, the month is actually creating a good energy. There is no doubt to that. But when it comes down to the matters of your domestic life, your family life, the way you will be conducting and taking any of the financial decision, so guys, you have to be very careful over there. So guys, in your case, like on those days when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Saturn in your 5th house, that is going to be the time when the mind is going to be very stressed, and you have to be very careful and you have to refrain yourself from taking any speculative risk on those 2.5 days. Like for example, this month it is going to be on May 22nd and 23rd when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn in your 5th house. So those are the caution and care. And along with that guys, on May 20th and 21st when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Rahu in the 4th house, so it is going to be creating that energy of inner emotional turmoil, and where like generally sometimes what happen that just because you are going through some sort of like illusion, confusion, people start getting into fight within the family, like lashing out at people, like giving that outburst and all. So be very mindful of not acting out like that. But again guys, the sigh of relief for this month for the Scorpions is that in terms of your career growth and progress, this month is actually creating a good energy. Even on like May 7th, your 11th lord, which has been in a debilitated state in your 5th house for a long span of time, it will also come out of your 5th house from its state of debility and it will enter in your 6th house. So yes, in terms of career, it's a very good month for you. Financial decision needs to be taken with a lot of caution and care. In terms of some sort of love and romance, energy is slightly mediocre. I'm not saying that exceptional kind of yoga for you. And yes guys, my recommendation, word of advice for the Scorpions for this month is that focus on your career. You might end up getting some or finalizing some important deal and all, and take any financial decision very carefully this month, especially like while dealing with new clients, new people, new market, where there is a lot of the risk and uncertainty involved. So be very mindful in those kind of situation. Now guys, when we talk about the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, beyond any doubt, planets are actually going to be coming in a perfect alignment. Especially if I were to give the highlight of this month for people who have to write any competitive exam, for any of the academic pursuit, the month is actually creating a very good energy. Along with that guys, the way whole planetary shift is taking place, and after the second half of the month, the way planets are falling in the perfect alignment, like Rahu in the third house in the Aquarius is considered as very strong. Jupiter in the seventh house will actually now, because guys, from the past 1 year, Jupiter has been there in your sixth house. So now Jupiter will enter in your seventh house. So matrimonial prospects, commercial opportunities, and this Jupiter with its ninth aspect will also empower this Rahu in the third house as well. So for the creator, for the influencer, for the artist and all, and let's say for example any of your work has been long struck, and along with that guys, this whole combination of the Rahu, Saturn, this whole turmoil taking place in the fourth house. So let's say for example if some of the Sagittarius Lagna natives have been going through some sort of issues of the domestic violence, domestic abuse, and some sort of misunderstanding or clashes in their family life and all, so all of that will also stop bothering you from this month onwards. So guys, if I were to say for the artist, for the creative people, for the students and all, it's a very good month. For the creative people, influencers and all, it is a very good month. For any of the matrimonial proposal point of view as well, the month is creating a very good energy. Now guys, like the way I mentioned this thing at the beginning of this video, that now you have to get accustomed to the new reality. That means whenever the transiting moon, now guys, in your case here I'm not talking about the typical astrology yogas, that whether for the Sagittarius, moon being the 8th lord, does the moon get the dosha of the 8th lord or not? We will not get into that debate. All what I'm saying it from the human psychology point of view. Moon in any case, whenever it get conjunct with Saturn, it is like a poison. It's a kind of a wish yoga. In your case, it also carries the energy of the 8th house as well. So that means especially on May 22nd and 23rd, be very mindful. There might be some issue in the family. May 22nd and 23rd, sudden like misunderstanding, fight within the house, feeling yourself a bit anxious. May 20th and 21st is going to be very promising for some sort of like any of the aspiration of yours. You applied for a job, you hear back, you were chasing a client, you finalize that deal. So May 20th and 21st is very supportive for that. And yes guys, these are some of the dates, like for example on May 28th and 29th, transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with Jupiter in the 7th house, forming that Gaj Kesari yoga. So that means it's a very good news for running into someone, like for any of the matrimonial prospects and all. So this is how guys overall this month is going to be working out for the Sagittarius Lagna natives. But yes, in your line of work, in your academic pursuit and all, the month is creating a very good energy for the creators, influencers, matrimonial seekers. A very promising month. Now guys, when we talk about the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see this thing, that now Rahu is going to be coming to your second house. Like Aquarius Rahu is considered as very strong. Second house Rahu, it will actually add that hypnotic touch to your speech. Along with that guys, Jupiter is also going to be entering in your 6th house. So yes, your terms with your co-workers and all, any of those people who work in the health industry, fitness industry, credit and the loan department and all, those people will see a spike, like even in any of the matters where like you have to put your stance. So you are going to be very expressive in order to put your stance in any given conflicting situation. Along with that guys, Sun is going to be exalted for the first half of the month, and once sun will enter in your like fifth house, it is also going to be a good energy, especially if you're working as an independent consultant. Any of those like concerns of like any of your artistic creative work is getting released, or you have to go on any important meetings and that is scheduled in the second half of the month, so the stars seems to be supporting you. So guys, now if I were to summarize the highlight of this month, so guys, in terms of the spike in your income, or this could be some new client or new like when a new business idea comes to you, or some new added income gets attached, so that point of view the month is creating a very good energy. Along with that, for finalizing any of the land related deal, any of the property related deal and all, the month seems to be very promising in that front as well. And yes guys, when we talk about the matrimonial proposals and the relationship point of view as well, so yeah, I'm not seeing much of the vulnerability. Certain days when like your seventh lord is going to be like for example, it is going to be transiting on the fifth house of yours on May 26th 27th, it is going to be transiting in the seventh house on May 30th and 31st, it is going to be transiting in the Scorpio on May 13th and 14th, could be the good days when some sort of matrimonial proposal can come, or you can expect that. So and guys, yes, now just because you have to be very mindful, especially those days when the transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Saturn, so that means like this could be a time of stress, or this could be some burden of the family responsibilities or the responsibilities of the spouse which will come to you. So for example, on May 22nd and 23rd, when the seventh lord of yours is going to be getting conjunct with Saturn in the third house, so this could be a case that against your wish, your partner will make you undertake that travel or attend a family function or a social gathering. So now be very mindful of that. And yes guys, in your case, see, Rahu is an important planet for you. So the conjunction of now onwards for the next 1.5 years, the conjunction of Moon and Rahu, we cannot say this thing that it's a sensitive or a bad news for you. Yes, illusion is going to be high. There is definitely going to be greed while chasing any important deal and all, but I'm not seeing it harmful for you because Rahu, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, they are good planets for your Lagna. So yes guys, this is how the overall theme is for the Capricorn Lagna natives for this month. If I were to summarize, firstly, if I were to talk about the health point of view, so I'm not seeing any of the vulnerability in this month. Rahu will leave this Saturn from the third house. That means any of the infection, vulnerability of any of those viral fever and all will stop bothering you. Along with that, in terms of your career progress and all, so yes guys, now because your 10th lord Venus is just conjunct with the Saturn over there in the third house, so after the second half of the month, if you're trying to initiate any of the important projects and all, so the energy of the month, especially after the second half of the month, seems to be very supportive for you. If you're a creator, influencer, artist, sales, media, marketing professional, even if you want to apply for any job application, so Rahu would have left the third house and Sun is going to be strong in the fifth house. So after the second half of the month, if you have already applied, awaiting any response from the employer, after the second half of the month, energy seems to be supporting you. So yes guys, this is what the overall my analysis for the Capricorn Lagna for this month is. Now guys, when we talk about the Aquarius Lagna natives, so guys, for the Aquarius Lagna natives, beyond any doubt guys, a new karmic cycle is opening up for you, like something which will serve you or which will lay theme for the next 18 years. So with the formal entry of Rahu in your first house, and along with that guys, Jupiter's entry in the fifth house is considered as very good, in a way that we say that any of those seeds, you know, all those past life merits, those seeds with which you are born, we all are born with those seeds of those promises. So Jupiter will activate that cycle. So again guys, this is going to be a very significant month for the Aquarius Lagna natives, because both of these two planets, like Rahu's transit from the first house, it activate a new karmic cycle, and Jupiter activate our birth promise with which our soul is born. So Jupiter will activate that cycle in your fifth house. So regarding that, it's a very good news. And along with that guys, if I were to summarize, the only one thing which I want to advise to the Aquarius Lagna natives, and guys, this has to be your Mool mantra and a word of caution which you have to apply and be careful for the next couple of months. That is, in the transit, whenever your sixth lord, a moon, gets conjunct with the Saturn in the second house, so those could be the days when there might be some stress on the account of the family responsibilities, pressure of the family, and you have to refrain from any financial decision whenever the sixth lord in the transit is going to be conjunct with Saturn in the second house. So that might be a time when the family and the people around you will put you under pressure to give your nod or take any decision. So guys, I will give you a summary of your whole month. So see, on May 1st and 2nd, moon is going to be transiting from your 5th house, which is a very good news, especially for the independent consultant, for that feel good factor, being well taken care by the loved ones and being able to do things which gives you happiness. On May 3rd and 4th, transiting moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Mars in the 6th house, Chandra Mangal Yoga, which is going to be a good news in the line of work for the service professional and all. On May 5th, 6th and 7th, transiting moon is going to be passing from your 7th house, which is going to be a good news for some important business decision making or in the matters of the courtship, in the matters of the relationship and all. Guys, on May 8th and 9th, moon is going to be transiting from your 8th house, a very good time for people who are in any of the accountancy, manufacturing industry, research related field. It's going to be good news for them. On May 10th, 11th and 12th, moon is going to be transiting from your 9th house, which will facilitate some sort of travels. Mind is going to be very religious. On May 13th and 14th, moon is going to be transiting from your 10th house, and the concept of the Tithi Pravesh right at that time when Jupiter will enter your 5th house as well. So May 13th and 14th seems to be very promising. Like, luck will push you in the right direction in your career front. Otherwise, I would have said that it's a time of being stressed at work, but the 10th lord in the 6th, that Uttara Kalamrit Yoga, and along with that, Jupiter on the same time entering in your 5th house is going to be a good news. Along with that, guys, on May 15th, 16th and 17th, moon is going to be transiting from your 11th house. So some sort of spike in your income or hearing some good news, some auspicious event can happen. And on May 18th and 19th, moon is going to be transiting from your 12th house, and Rahu is going to be entering right at that time in your 1st house. So yes guys, May 18th and 19th is going to be supportive time for any of the overseas travel and all, but like the way we say that you will be subjected to the mercy of the cosmos or the third power. So this is how May 18th and 19th, the formal entry of the Rahu and Ketu in your 1st and the 7th will activate. So I cannot comment anything that what to expect on May 18th and 19th. If you're planning for travel, it's fine. Otherwise, just keep on doing the Bij mantra and chanting for the Rahu or worship Lord Kal Bhairava through Kal Bhairavashtakam. Along with that, guys, on May 20th and 21st, it's going to be a good time, especially finding yourself uplifted, motivated, empowered, people who are connected with the tech industry, entertainment industry, for socializing and all. It's going to be a good time. And on May 22nd and 23rd, you have to be careful for not taking any important financial decision under any of the immense family pressure. That's all what I can say as a summary of this month for the Aquarians. And lastly, guys, when we talk about the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, as you can see this thing that finally in this month, half of the month sun is going to be exalted in your 2nd house. It will benefit those people who are working for any of the government projects, and the 2nd half of the month will be very supportive for the creators, for the influencer. Rahu and Ketu will finally shift. Rahu will be in the 12th house, which will activate a new cycle of overseas client, overseas opportunity, but it will also be slightly expensive time as well. You have to be very mindful of your expenses, of your spending. The terms with the co-workers will start getting into that relationship of love and hate. Either you are in my camp or you are my enemy. So expect that kind of treatment now with your co-workers. Along with that, guys, Jupiter's entry in your 4th house is actually going to be a good news, where like Pisces Lagna natives can actually expect a lot of the religious gatherings or religious event, like either being participated to one, or this could be organizing any religious gathering in their house, like the way in the Indian families, Sundarkand Path, Sundarakand part or the Satyanarayan part, that kind of puja and prayers being organized in their house, in their family. So guys, if I were to summarize the overall highlight of this month for the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, yes, for prioritizing any of the family related event or any of the housing deal, and those people who are planning a travel, like if you're living in a overseas, in a foreign land, you're planning a travel back to your native place after a long span of time, it's going to be a very good news in that front. Along with that guys, like the way I mentioned, those who are in any of the family business, connected with the government, working in the government projects, it's going to be a very good month for those people as well. Any of the travels will prove out to be very productive. And yes guys, those who are working from home and all, work from home people will also see some positive news this month as well. So guys, in a way, there is majority of the planetary shift taking place, but not making you that much vulnerable. So you do not have to be much worried about it. The thing is, planets are somehow close to your ascendant, like the way, for example, the domestic life and the family life we generally see from the second house and the fourth house. So planets are kind of around there only. So that means you will be well taken care of by the loved ones, by the people around you. They will be somehow accessible and reachable in any given situation. So guys, if I were to say in the matters of the health, it's going to be a very good month. No vulnerability as such. Yes, Saturn is there in your first house. So, but again, the ascendant lord, like third house placement of the ascendant lord Jupiter is like a Mandakaraka Avastha. So Jupiter will enter in your fourth house. So a sigh of relief over there. In the matters of the courtship, relationship, so not much of the clarity guys I'm seeing, because the seventh lord right now is there in your first house till May 6th. Even when it will enter in the second house, it will be like 8th from it. So in terms of the courtship, relationship, a mediocre. So guys, if I were to give you the summary, on May 1st and 2nd, moon is going to be transiting from your fourth house. So yes, kind of being at your comfort place and being well taken care by the family and the loved ones. On May 3rd and 4th, moon is going to be transiting from the 5th house, getting conjunct with the planet Mars over there. So May 3rd and 4th is very good time for people who are connected with the artistic field or any of the speculative interest of yours. May 5th, 6th and 7th will actually put you back in your daily schedule and all. In your line of work, like it's going to be a good time for prioritizing or like executing the allotted work at work, doing that efficiently. Now guys, on May 8th and 9th, moon is going to be transiting from your 7th house. So yes, your spouse, marriage and the commercial affairs will keep you occupied. On May 10th, 11th and 12th, moon is going to be transiting from your 8th house. So like this is going to be the time when like people who are connected with the research, insurance, occult, they can get benefited. On May 13th and 14th, moon is going to be transiting from your 9th house, and that is going to be the time when Jupiter will also formally enter in your 4th house. So yes, some sort of auspicious news or event can happen, some manglik, some auspicious event can happen on May 13th and 14th. On May 15th, 16th and 17th, the work related, career related priorities and the work will keep you occupied. And guys, on May 18th and 19th, when moon is going to be transiting from your 11th house, that is going to be the time when Rahu and Ketu axis will also shift. So some sort of good news can come, especially to those people who are like in import export nature of work or dealing with the overseas client and all. May 20th and 21st is indicating some sort of travels, interest in like meditation, spirituality. And May 22nd and 23rd guys is going to be the time where there could be some some sort of period of pessimism or comparing yourself with the progress of other people and all, because moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Saturn in the first house. So being complexed, the mind is going to be filled with the thoughts of the pessimism regarding your appearance, regarding your like personal growth and all. So be very mindful when moon is going to be getting conjunct with the Saturn in the first house. And yes guys, on like May 24th and 25th and 26th, from May 24th till May 27th is going to be a good time for like some spike in the flow of the income or some sort of short travels as well. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. धन्यवाद।